join me, Igor. I'm close. Look at me. Look at this place. I can't bear it. How many souls ended up in pits like these? Am I one of them, Igor? A skull with a bullet hole in the back of it? What do you hope to find among these trees, Igor?
You tell me, my love. You brought me here.
What are you talking about, Igor? Are you losing your mind?
Frankly, yes. I think I might be.
You came here because there's something you need to understand. Something to do with those dead trees. What they are, what they represent.
They're not dead. Not entirely. The radiation from the disaster killed all the microbes, which slowed decay almost to a halt. The Red Forest is like a snapshot in time, but there are signs that nature may recover.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Every inch of this area is still badly irradiated. Perhaps this horror will give birth to something entirely new. Perhaps it already has.
New?
Strange, foreign, alien, something unfathomable. New. There's more I want you to see. The claw, the most irradiated piece of machinery in the zone. This might also be the most radioactive place in the zone, apart from the reactor core.
I know. It was used to remove the graphite from the roof of reactor number 3. 20,000 Röntgen per hour. Touching it with one's bare hands would practically be suicide. So the liquidators had to use machinery or robots whenever they could.
Both terrifying and fascinating, isn't it? Almost as if someone had accidentally opened a door to the inside of some dark, twisted star, oozing power that should have been left untouched.
Where do you get these ideas from, Tanya? Probably all those science fiction books you used to read. Nuclear fission is just a method of producing energy. We became quite adept at harnessing it.
Really? This place doesn't inspire confidence in your assessment. I know what nuclear fission is, and you know that's not what I'm talking about.
I don't understand.
I think you do, my love. You said it yourself once. It's us, humankind. Are we truly ready to bear such a responsibility? We're like a bunch of chimpanzees trying to launch a rocket into space. What if the radioactivity is just the beginning? What if we stumble upon something even more powerful?
Chernobylite.
We need someone to guide us. Someone more significant than all of us. Someone or something.
Sometimes I wish humanity had one gigantic head.
What for?
So it could pull that head out of its gigantic ass.
Joke about it if it makes you feel safe, but it changes nothing. I'll show you.
surrounded!
Like hell? How about this? Fuck off.
Hold for backup!
Oh, fuck.
Fire will! You, Kim and you!
They won't bother you anymore.
A tough guy, huh? Well done. Usually these arseholes don't venture this far because of the lurkers. Anyways, thanks. We would have dealt with them ourselves, but I guess you saved us the trouble.
Shells? What do you know about them?
Well, when the Chernobyl reactor blew apart and the radionuclides started spreading, the authorities created an exclusion zone encompassing a 30-kilometer radius around the power plant. The people living in that area were evacuated. Eventually. First the Pripyat dwellers, then the other nearby hamlets. Kopachi, Yaniv, Poliska, Tarasi, Severivka, Vilcha, Kopachichi, Andriivka, and many more.
They were forced to leave, had to abandon their lives and their belongings. Their animals were shot, but some people refused to leave, didn't they? Or resettled later in secret. But why? Why would they do something so irrational, Igor?
They were sentimental, I guess. They must not have been thinking clearly.
You're the only one thinking clearly, aren't you, Igor? Always trying to reason your way out of every predicament. But people are different. They act on emotions, hopes, and fears.
Illusions.
Look who's talking. A mad scientist conversing with an imaginary woman. You think you know these people, but you don't. What do you know about this place? Its history? Do you have any idea what the folks living here went through? The Russian Civil War, forced collectivization, the Great Patriotic War, Nazi occupation, persecution by the NKVD.
History wasn't kind to this place. I know.
They suffered and lost so much. But they buried their dead and kept on going in spite of everything. This has been their place on Earth for generations. Do you think a bit of radioactivity would scare them away? People don't change that quickly, Igor. Maybe they don't want to, or maybe they just can't. Not many of them are left today. This place is dying. When the last of the Samo shells passes away, it will be the end. What about you, my love? Will you embrace change if our fate depends on it?
Hello.
Hey, you seem preoccupied.
I've been thinking about the nuclear disasters in the West. They never got as much coverage in the press as Chernobyl. Not anything like it. Isn't that odd?
I think the Americans just wanted to distract the world from what was going on in their own nuclear backyard.
Interesting. Some might call it a conspiracy theory, but do you think Chernobylite has already been discovered someplace else?
I really don't know. But if nuclear fusion is the key, then we should probably expect it to appear in other places. Hanford, Windscale, Bushehr, Fukushima. There are about 450 operational nuclear reactors in the world right now.
Yeah. Something to think about, eh? But let's focus on what's in front of us. One problem at a time, Professor.
Right. Do you think you could find some...
But I'll be happy.
Perfect.
Follow me. Taking out your enemy requires guts. Taking out your enemy quietly is an art. I think you've got what it takes to do the former, but you suck mightily at the latter. Now, the lesson is about knocking out your opponent without being spotted by him or anyone else. The secret lies in understanding human anatomy as well as stealth. It's about knowing how to apply enough force to put your opponent out of commission without killing them. Let's put theory into practice. Sneak up on me and perform a chokehold. Don't worry about hurting me. I'm a professional. Let's begin. Okay, Igor, enough. That was impressive. Well done, soldier.
Hi, Igor. Is there something you wanted to ask me? I've got time.
Is Sasko a Ukrainian name?
My name was Sasha before. My mother was Ukrainian. My deadliest no-good drunken excuse for a father was Russian. And I was born and raised in Moscow. I learned everything there was to know about the city's dark underbelly. I mastered surviving on the streets, became part of a gang, fended for myself, but I didn't do it alone. We always had each other, me and my brother Ruslan.
I'm sorry. No kid should have to live that way.
That's what happens when you trust the system. In the end, you can only rely on yourself and your comrades.
What happened to Ruslan? Why isn't he with you?
I'm still looking for him. It's a long story. I just need to figure out my next steps.
Sure. I'll help out if I can.
Answer the radio, mousy, mousy, mouse. You know that I know you're there. You cannot hide from me, little mouse. The Rat King is almost upon us, and despite your history with Dr. Raider, you decided to help him. I am disappointed.
Why do you call me Mousy?
Because you're not a rat. Not yet, anyway, but this is provisional, you understand? Let us meet in person, Mousy. For real this time. Pripyat Port, look for a red sign painted on a wall. This symbol will protect us from the Rat King.
I hope you're not wasting my time.
Red sign, Pripyat Port, goodbye.
Tatyana is a curious figure, wouldn't you agree? Very Shakespearean with all his mice and rats. Fascinating people can also be very dangerous, my love. Watch your step and don't fall into a trap, Mousy.